Okay, so today I am just going to have a nice little chit chat with you guys. Sit down, talk about life, talk about my life, where I thought I was going to be, where I'm at now, just how I feel about things. Nothing too serious. This isn't going to be a tutorial, but I am going to do my like everyday makeup pretty much, which is super simple and easy. So let's get into it. I've already done my eyebrows because if I didn't, this video wouldn't even be started. We would get nowhere. If I'm looking down or to the side, it's just because I am looking in a mirror. All right. So life. Let's talk about life, girl. So I'm about to be 29 on the 23rd of this month, which is July. Leo gang. um, yeah. So I'm about to be 29. So I'm almost 30. And for a long time, I always thought that when you turn 30, you old. Like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be 30. I'm going to be so old when I'm 30. You know, everything is just downhill from there. Nobody really tells you that 30 is still really young. I mean, people over 30 try to tell you that 30 is young, but, you know, people that aren't 30 and over, they just think the same way you do pretty much. Like when you turn 30, it's over, and you know you old at that point. I remember when I was a kid, when I was 16, I had my whole life planned out to a T. I knew what color eyes my babies were gonna have. Okay, it was serious. Um, you know, just like every other girl at 25, I was gonna be married and have 2 kids with my white picket fence house, all that. 25 came, girl, none of that. None of that happened, and it sent me into what I would say is like a downward spiral because it seemed like everybody else around me were or was doing, you know, what I thought I was going to be doing. You know, they was getting married, they was having babies, they graduated college. Like, I didn't even go to college. Instead, I decided to go into the military. Um, so I went into the military. I was a military police officer for 6 years. Um, but yeah, that's what I decided to do instead of go to college. I did end up, you know, going to college for a couple years. I went online. I got my associates in criminal justice because I was a military police officer, and I just wanted something else to fall back on because when I was 16, I thought I was going to be a nurse, and for some reason at like, you know, 20, 21, I still thought that I wanted to be a nurse even though I hadn't pursued anything in the nursing field or like trying to go to college or like just anything. Like, so back then I was like, okay, I'm still gonna be a nurse, but I'm gonna make sure I get my degree and I'm gonna be a military police officer so that in case nursing doesn't work out, I have something else to fall back on. So that was my plan. I don't want to be a nurse. I don't want to work in the medical field. Like, that's just not my thing. And it took me a while to like realize like that's not what I want to do. Even now, I have an idea of what I want to do, but I'm still not sure like 100%. And I feel like there's so much pressure to know what you want to do and figure out what you want to do. Um, and I just don't feel like it should be like that. Like, it's just too much pressure. You're so young. Like, I don't know. I feel like your 20s is your time to make mistakes and figure it out. So, I want to say like that is exactly what I did. I was just doing all kinds of stuff. Not crazy, but just doing all kinds of stuff. And now here I am about to be 29 and I feel like I've accomplished like zero, and I feel like I should have accomplished a whole lot more. Like, there's no reason um, I should be where I'm at. I just feel like I should be a lot further. But I also, want to pat myself on the back for how far I've come, with the things that I've been through. And I don't want to negate that. And I don't want to dismiss it. So this year, that is what I'm doing. I am being proud of myself. I am patting myself on the back for how far I've come. But also realizing and actually doing the things I said I wanted to do. Like this. Getting back into my creative side and doing things that I love. I'm like always on YouTube, always on social media, seeing how everybody else, post these really cool things and just being really creative. And I'm like, oh, dang, I could do that. I know I could do that. Like, I'm really good at that. I know I enjoy doing that. And so this year I was like, you know what? I want to do, for my birthday, I want me. I want me back. I want to do what Quanisha loves, and I want to continue to do that. Like, so for myself, I want to give myself me back. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but if it makes sense, let me know down in the comments. So that is my goal for this year, is to just, well, for 29, is to just continue, continue doing what I'm doing, continue patting myself on the back, stop looking at what everybody else is doing. The grass is not greener on the other side of that post. Everybody life isn't, what they make it out to be, and it's clear as day because you can get on, there's always something coming up. There's always like drama with this person or that person, this celebrity, that celebrity. You think that their life is amazing, and then boom, something comes out and blows up, and you're like, dang, I didn't know that was going on. And all this time you've been wishing you had a life like them, but like, you need to be careful what you wish for. So yeah. Anyways, this is what I want to use. So I just want to say to anybody who is my age or younger, it's okay. Like, you don't need to have your life figured out right now. You should be trying to figure it out, but it's okay if you don't have it figured out. Things aren't going to stop happening. The world isn't going to stop spinning because you don't know what you want to do. And life is short, but at the same time, you have time to figure it out. And that also means that you shouldn't do anything that you don't want to do. Don't rush into something. Don't like get yourself in a bunch of school debt doing something that, trying to learn something that you're not even really passionate about. And then you're sitting there like, oh, I don't even want to do this. And you resent everything about it. So, yeah. That is my little cup of tea on that. Just a little backstory. So I did, go into the military and do my little thing. I did deploy, which was, that's a whole nother story. But my time in the military was, I always say it was the best, worst experience of my life. I wouldn't take it back. I would not re-enlist. So you take that how you will. But, it did teach me a lot, and I'm a lot stronger because of it. So, yeah, I did get married. I am now on my way to divorce. So that did not turn out, how I wanted it to. But things happen, life happens. Don't let people make you feel bad about getting divorced or leaving a relationship. That was something I had to learn as well. You got to do what's best for you, because at the end of the day, nobody knows the truth except for you, whoever was in that relationship, and God, girl. So nobody really knows what's going on except for y'all. And if you're not happy there, then either figure out what's going on to get happy, or you just need to leave. There's a lot of things that go on in relationships that people don't know about, and it just is what it is. There's no hard feelings about it. It just is what it is. Sometimes things just don't work out, and that is okay. Um, that really sent me through another spiral, I guess you could say, because I was feeling like a failure. Not only like my life that I had planned out wasn't turning out how I thought it was going to turn out. Everybody around me seemed to be moving forward, and I seemed to be at a standstill. Then next thing you know, my marriage failed, and I was just like, dang, like I just can't do anything right. I can't. So, long story short, here I am today, turning 29, blessed, still beautiful. I have a house. I have a good job. I, can go out, enjoy my life. I travel. I do a lot of things, and those small failures don't define who I am, and it's okay. Like, life goes on. So, oh, did I mess up my hair? Anyway, so my camera died. I don't know at what point it died, but I forgot what I was saying. Anyways, so I also want to talk about normalizing things. Like, I wish when I was growing up, people normalized not having kids before 25, not getting married so young. Like, you don't know what you're doing. You have no idea, like, what you're doing. It's crazy. But there are those couples that do get married young, and then they stay married. And then, there's couples like me, and I just had a lot of growing to do still. Like, I was young. So, I really wish when I was younger that was normalized, because it wasn't. It was all like, that was your goal as a girl, to get married in your little princess dress and have your babies and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, we don't need to be doing those things. We need to be living our best lives, figuring out who we are as a person, so that when you do meet somebody, you have something to bring to the table, some substance. Like, girl, back in the day, I didn't have no substance. It was just, doing the most for no reason. So, I just wish people would normalize that. And at this point, I don't even know if and when I will have kids, and I'm okay with that. Back then, I was not okay with that. Like, no, it needed to be happening between 24 and 23 and 25, and I needed 2 kids and a boy and a girl, and like, I probably would have had like a little meltdown back then if it didn't happen correctly, I mean, and I did. I went down a spiral because it didn't happen. So, girl, yeah. Nobody really tells you how to navigate life. And then nobody also tells you that when you get, almost 30, that even at 30, people don't got their lives together. Like, for some reason, you think that, once you hit a certain age that you have your life together. Girl, people be 50 and don't even have their life together. So, I'm like, why am I putting so much pressure on myself to have my life together? It just don't make no sense. It don't make sense. Make it make sense, sis. Make it make sense. So, yeah. Anyways, anybody else make those weird faces? Like, do you do this? As if, like, it's really gonna do something? I just want to open up your eyes more. Because I don't find that it actually does open up or do anything down here. Anyways, I also want to, or not want to, I also wish that, I don't know, I guess as I get older, the more I'm like, that's none of my business. So, I just don't like the day and age that we're in where it's like everybody thinks that everybody else's business is their business and that their unwanted opinions are wanted. And I'm like, and then they want to ask you what you think about it. And I'm like, why do I need to have an opinion about somebody else's life that has nothing to do with me? I can understand, like, if it's a child that's being mistreated, animals, okay, we have things in place so we can make sure that that doesn't happen, get the child to in a different environment, get the animal to safety, that kind of stuff. But other people's, like, relationships and lives and marriages and, like, just things that be happening are not important to me. Like, I don't keep up with celebrity gossip. I don't keep up with drama and all that kind of stuff. The only way, like, I know about it is because, like, my friends on Facebook, obviously they'll post a meme and things like that. So that's how I know that things are going on. But I have no idea, what the Kardashians is doing. I don't keep up with them. I don't know a lot of what's going on because I'll be too busy worried about myself. And at the end of the day, it's none of my business. So what does it matter how I feel about it? Like, I just wish people would more so look at what they're doing. And I think a lot of that is, one, they're not doing nothing, or they're not happy with what they're doing, so they want to focus on something else. They focus all their energy on drama in other people's lives. When you pointing your finger, how many is pointing back at you? So yeah. Oh, I would never do that. I can't believe this happened. Da 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 da. And meanwhile, they over here wilding, just wilding. So yeah, I wish that was a little more normal. Why does it look funny on the side? Does it look funny on the side to you guys? Why am I talking like that? I don't know. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about. Is just growth. It being okay to, not have your life figured out. Because my life is still not figured out. But yeah, I'm still really happy with where I'm at. So it is okay. So if I could tell my younger self something, my older self now could tell my younger self something, it would definitely just be that it is okay. It's okay, sis. You don't need to have it figured out. Enjoy your life. It'll come to you, It'll come to you. Don't be messing with them ain't boys. I'm just gonna bleep that out. Cause they ain't gonna get you nowhere. And don't date so and so. But no, in all honesty, I would really just tell myself, like, it's okay. You don't need to feel pressure. Everybody's life is, not all that glamorous. And, what's meant for you is meant for you. And it'll come in time. So, yeah. I just think that's really important. I am just going to finish up my makeup and listen to some music. So if you guys just want to see me finish up my face for a little bit, I'm not sure if I have anything left to say because I'm probably just rambling. Then you can continue to watch this video. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.